Good day, my friend. Thank you for joining the Goddess Breath YouTube channel and this Breathwork and Somatic Imagery series. I'm excited. This is the last episode of this series, and I'm going to be referring specifically to the energy today on the top of the head, the crown center energy. And I'm Dr. Mari, in case you're just hopping in here and you haven't been a part of the other episodes. So thank you for joining. What I want to share about with this energy and space is mostly that it's not necessarily energy or space here in this crown center that we would be solely here. We talked about some of these other energy centers, and there's different things to work through with them, or that maybe a life experience has to do, like you get it, you resonate with some of the things I've said because that's what is blocked, or just needing more balance, or clearing away uh, to 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 shed more light on certain areas of your life, or even it can be with different medical issues or symptoms in your body that you're having. So, today, though, when we talk about the crown energy, it has to do with oneness. That is like the main focus, and this connection to these other dimensions, higher energy dimensions. Think of the aura, somebody's aura, right? That kind of all around them. And we have that aura all the time, but whether or not we're aware of it, or we have a connection, ability to, everybody has a capacity to connect to their higher self or to cosmic archetypes, however you want to call it. We all have the capacity. It's whether or not you recognize it. And then is it in a healthy way, or is it in a way that you are um, distorted? And then you think that you're godlike, which we all have the divine energy, but our power, use of power, how is our use of power in that way? I think that's really important to bring up and to mention. So, when we are considering this crown energy open, I think it's really important to recognize that it's on the opposite spectrum. How connected to Earth are we? How much are we in our physical beingness that is healthy? So when you consider the opposites, and even I can get an advanced way of teaching where each chakra, energy or energy center, it doesn't even have to be called chakra, can relate to the lower part of the body. So the root and the crown, the sacral by the belly button and the brow, the solar plexus and the throat. Then the heart sits in the middle. And that's that cross, right? And how we are able to be healthy and see things or not in that way. So I think that it's really important to consider the aspect of wholeness in this regard, um, and that it's uh, our connection with these higher realms is all the way into our connection with the not only our earth body but with earth itself, and that we're all here together on this planet. We're all here together experiencing life through the energy field with the collective. And that if we can come to this sense of oneness and understanding, that would have to be through compassion, through letting go your own differences, through clearing away what has not been helpful for you, and a sense of separating. So I'm getting into now the mind, how the mind separates, how the mind divides. Oh, well, they did this to me and that they did that to me. And that's true. It's true. That happened. But do you want to stay separated? Do you want to live in that energy frequency that divides you from someone you love and care about? Maybe you have to have boundaries and that's okay, but you can still have compassion. You can still have understanding. You can still recognize that person is suffering, that we all suffer. You can recognize your own suffering. You can have your own compassion for yourself. It's grace. So I hope I'm making sense here in this aspect of Jungian individuation. I feel what that message culminates to is that we are in this energetic field, all divine beings living our human life as the divine. And then that we are living it in a way that we are thinking of others as ourself, how we would love others as ourself. That's what Jesus is teaching. It's so important in connecting with this crown space energy is maybe not for everybody. Maybe not everybody can reach this aspect of letting go the differences or the separation because we've been so programmed with non-duality, a duality that we don't recognize non-duality, right? We've been so divided. We've been so, things are separate, matter, spirit, separate. It's not the same. It sits here when we understand that. That's where we get that, in the crown space. And what I have planned for you today is to do kind of like a body scan. I'm walking through all of the energy of the body. So we'll just do this a couple of minutes together. Kind of like a body scan, just thinking of using the breath. We're going to use the breath, thinking of your feet, the body with each breath, scanning this like white light into your feet, into your ankles. Every breath, this white light is scanning up your body, the calves, the knees, into the thighs. Each breath, this white light is slowly scanning up your body, letting go, clearing, relaxing, opening into the lower hips, into the rib cage, the abdominal area. Take a big breath there to that area of your body, into the belly. And then allowing this energy to scan up, up, up. Each breath into the rib cage, into the heart space. Opening, pulling the shoulders back and down. Feeling that energy, that white light coming up into the heart space, up over the shoulders, cascading down the arms, forearms, into the fingertips. Feeling that white light just totally opening into your whole body, filling your whole body. And then into the head, past the throat, the neck, into the head, letting your mouth, your jaw just drop. Coming to the space between your eyebrows. And then recognizing this white light energy coming to the very top of your head. And that is where you want to open that. And I'm going to share with you that I wrote this in my book, Unveiling the Modern Goddess Through Symbolism, Chakras, and Myth. There is no separation between self and life in the spiritual sense at the crown space. A person who views everyone interconnected and flowing with universal love will in turn feed that perspective. If we choose to transform our lives to serving a higher vibration, one that resonates through sound and light, we will answer the call with the intention and a strong connection to a beloved source. And this is entirely up to you to have an archetype in your life, or a spirit guide, or even a loved one that you commune with, or God, the God itself, goddess, however you see that. Our light will emanate the message of love. So let me say that with this intention and a strong connection to a beloved source, our light will emanate the message of love. The crown chakra is where we have the ability to connect with the transcendent dimensions of life. This energy generates devotion, prophetic thoughts, and mystical connections. And it can be like you just feel the energy moving through you, like a fountain coming up and through, up and through, like a fountain coming out of the top of your head, coming around and then back up through the root center. This is the pure light, right? This is what purifies, pure light. And if we have an open and flowing crown chakra, we can truly experience living in the moment. When we live with awareness that every experience helps us develop a deeper spiritual connection, it is then that we begin to live as the visionary, the healer, the medicine person. And we can establish a strong sense of self. Once we accept that change is part of life, change, transformation, it's part of life. By loving ourselves and others unconditionally, we move beyond our skin encapsulated ego and enter into deeper interactions with others, whether it be the cosmos, whether it be your divine communication with however you experience that. There's so many names we come up with of that. It's energy, light, frequency. And we hear, and that's the idea, is hearing, knowing that we hear, trusting that, and acting on it. So thank you for joining me in this Breathwork and Transformation series. This last breath and body scan, I just wanted you to bring together all the aspects of yourself, and then also like opening that through this space so that it's lifting up out, spreading, expanding your aura. And with that, I want to also just close mentioning that my next series, I will be in Oregon, out there on a retreat out in the rainforest, and I want to talk more about how nature can be so beneficial for our energy, for our connection to more expanding beyond our skin, physical body self. And that is, to me, the representation. Nature is non-duality. Nature is the unio mystica, because all of it sits there together in nature, death and rebirth, all next to each other with no judgment, no analyzing, and just being. So thank you again for joining in this series. Blessings and be well. I will see you at the next series on nature.